What am I currently charging for hoarder cleans? Let's get into it. This is probably the most commonly asked question that I get, and often I am quite hesitant to share my current rate at the moment just because a lot of people can have mixed opinions. Either they say I'm not charging enough or I'm charging too much, and sometimes you get those positive comments in there, but at the end of the day, I am someone that likes to be really open and transparent, and I don't really have anything to hide because at the end of the day, someone could just inquire with me and find out the price anyway, so we may as well get into it. Now, I'll just preface with saying, of course, the end goal is to build the social media up enough to be able to provide free cleans in the future. And I have done a few of these in the past, definitely open to that option. But at the end of the day, people don't really understand. As a small business, it's actually really hard to offer free cleans. It's a lot of money behind the scenes to be paying employees for huge hours with a big team to go in and do these cleans, as well as having to sometimes buy the client things that you have to throw away, and then also buying all new equipment and protective gear can cost up to hundreds of dollars. So it's just important to keep in mind as well that this is something that I'd love to do, but I can't do that every time. Also, another thing to remember too is that there's a reason that cleaners don't do these types of cleans. It is really hard work, and even the last clean that we did, that we're still in the process of completing and uploading the final video, but we are literally down on the floor scraping up maggots and cockroaches, some of which haven't even died yet because it takes multiple rounds of pest control. And a lot of the time you have to deal with feces. It's really physical work. You're constantly wearing a mask, so it's actually really hard, and at this point I need to charge to where it also makes it worth it for me and my company. Of course I love seeing the transformations, and of course I'm passionate about it and want to make a difference in these people's lives, but we also deserve the money too. Anyway, let's get to the point. So what I'm currently doing is for clients that are private and it's not a government job, I'm charging by the hour, because that way we can still sort of work within their budget, and I can take away hours or workers or add hours or workers depending on what their budget is. So I'm charging around $80 per person per hour, and then I'm charging $100 for myself if they request me. So that's our current rate at the moment for hoarder and squalor cleans, which I actually think is very affordable, because someone gave me a little tip the other day, and they said that someone else had quoted them, and they quoted them like $20,000 for a job that would only take a day. So I think it's still good because we're offering affordable pricing, but to where I can still afford to bring my team in and do an incredible transformation. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and please try and make them positive. Bye. So one more thing really quickly that I forgot to add. So that price is also inclusive of GST. I offer them discounted rates for their skips, and it's also important to remember that that price also includes all of our expenses as a business. So obviously you pay the employee, but then you don't just pocket the rest of that money. A lot of it goes into taxes, super, supplies, insurances. Like, there are so many expenses, it's crazy. So if you hear this, obviously be encouraged if you want to start up your own cleaning business, but at the same time it's like there are so many expenses that go into it that you don't always come out with what you hear on the other side, if that makes sense. Anyway, have a good day.